Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use Google Meets. This is going to be a tool that we're going to be using for our students to be able to interact with multiple students at a time. It is a bit different than FaceTime, so I wanted to make a little tutorial of how to use it. First off, I would suggest starting out in a browser such as Chrome or Firefox or Safari. I personally like Firefox and Chrome the best. And going to Google and just making sure that you are logged into your Google account. That's by looking at the top right corner or even by this person up in the top, making sure that you are logged in. If you're not, log into the right person, and then you'll be set to go. For this, we do recommend that the students are logged into their accounts as we're going to be sending Google invites to their account. However, if it works better for the families to have family accounts added to it, just talk to the teachers and we will make that work. Then what we're going to do is we have to go find our Google Meet invitation. There are two places that you can find your invitation, and I'm going to explain both of them to you. The first place you can find it is in your Gmail, and then the second place that you can find it is in your calendar. And you can always find these two applications by looking at this little waffle, clicking on the waffle, and then going down to here. I'm going to start off in our Gmail as this is one of the options. You can find Google Meet invitations. So every time you are invited to a meeting, you are going to get an email. You can see here that Rachel Pankowski from Nicolay has invited me to a meeting at 5:30 today on Tuesday, March 24th. This is one way that you can find it. It personally, to me, gets a little clunky because you're just going to get a bunch of invites, as you can see over here, of different meetings to go to, and it's hard to find and see all of them. But it is a way if that is what you prefer. My favorite way of finding meetings is just using your Google Calendar. So you can see that I have a meeting set up at 5:30 today. That is the same one that you saw in that email that I could click on to join the meeting. Right now you can see that it's in a whiteout phase outlined with this green. It means that I just haven't accepted the meeting yet. This is not something that students will be required to do, but it is something that they could learn how to do as it is a function of Google Calendars and could be a life skill for them to learn down the way. If I click on the meeting, you can see that there's this question down here, am I going to the meeting? You can say yes, no, or maybe. If I went back to that invitation in my Gmail, you can also see it was down here, yes, maybe, or no. Once you click on one of these yes, no, or maybes, it changes the color of the meeting. So I said, yes, I'm going to go. It filled it in. That means I've accepted it. So if you had multiple meetings throughout the week, you can go ahead and you could click on them and you could accept your invitations. And when the time came, you could click on it and then join the meeting. So joining the meetings are super simple. You can do it from either the meeting that on Gmail by scrolling down. There is a link right here that says Join Hangouts Meet. However, as I mentioned, I like the Google Calendar. It's super simple. You click on it and it's right there, Join Hangouts Meet as well. So either way would work, but that is the two ways to get to it. I'm going to click on it now to show you kind of what it looks like. So when you hit Join Hangouts Meet, it is going to prompt you through a few steps. It wants to make sure that they can use the computer and Google Meet can use your microphone. So I'm going to allow the microphone. It wants to make sure that I can use the camera. So I'm going to allow the camera. And then I pop up on the screen. So now you have over here the option of Join Now in green. That is what you would click to join the meeting. So I'm going to join in. Now, right now, I'm under my students, like what the students would view. I'm currently the only person in this meeting right now, which is fine. I'm waiting for the teacher to join in or other people to join in the meeting. So I'm going to scroll over and show you a teacher's view too, but it might get a little echoey, so I won't do it very long. So let me go over to my account over here. I'm going to join the meeting. I would hit join now and it's going to get a bit echoey. But you can see there echoey. And that only is happening because I have it on my screen here and my same computer here, so it's picking up the sounds. But when students join in on the Google Meets, that wouldn't happen, so you don't need to worry about that. But to end the meeting, it's down here on the bottom where there is this end meeting hang up button. But before hang up, I wanted to show you, you can also turn off the microphone, which defeats the purpose, but if you needed to talk privately, you could turn it off and then it would go silent. Also turning off the camera if you need to shut it off for a second rather than leaving the meeting, you could just turn the camera off and then join back in when you're ready. But besides that, those are pretty much the basic steps to a Google Meet. There is also a chat button up in here. If you look here, you could see either how many people were in or the chats. You could type in different messages in the chat. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to end this meeting. Once you end, you can hit rejoin if you left too early, or you can rate it, say how well it went. But that is Google Meets, and that is how that's going to work. So I'm going to show you one more thing just so you can kind of recap how this is working. Your teacher is going to set up a meeting time with you. Maybe it's a social group, maybe I'll just call it that. You will get invited to the meeting. Once you are invited, it will pop up on your Google Calendar. There it is. You can see again the difference of this one, I have accepted the meeting. I've already said yes, I'm going. This one, I haven't said anything. But yep, I'm going to go tomorrow at 2:30 for a social group, and I will join in Google Hangouts. And again, you can find this either through your Google Calendar, or once again, it sent me an email showing me that I was invited to a group. It is really up to you, the preference in which you like to view it. But if you have any questions and you want to figure out how to make this work at home, just please feel free to contact any of your teachers, and we will guide you through it. Hope you guys are doing well. Bye.